Welcome to Kitchen Counseling. Well, today we're going to do a very easy appetizer that you can whip together in as little as 5 minutes for a party. They are called, it's going to be warm cashews with rosemary and lemon. So we've got some raw cashews here that I'm going to put in the oven and roast. And you're only going to be roasting them for anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. You don't roast them for very long because then they will burn. While those are roasting, we're going to saute up a little bit of fresh rosemary and lemon zest and a little bit of olive oil. We're going to throw the roasted cashews into the mix of the olive oil and the rosemary and lemon zest. We're going to coat that all very well. We're going to take it off the heat, and then we're going to add a little bit of essential oils after the heat of lemon and rosemary to kind of kick it up another notch. And I'm going to do this with the raw. This is the way the recipe is set up, so the whole recipe takes about 15 minutes start to finish when you're roasting. But I also have brought in some roasted ones. You can buy some roasted ones, non-salted roasted ones. We're going to do this without roasting, so that you can actually do this in like 5 minutes. You're just going to put together the rosemary, the lemon, and the salt and the things that, and we're going to show you how to do all that. One little thing I wanted to share with you all, the zest, of course, it's perfect if you have a zester or a microplane or something in the house, but if you don't, you go with what you have. We have a peeler, we have a potato peeler today, and we're just going to go ahead and trim that rind right off of the lemon. And then the only other extra step you're going to have to do is you're going to want to chop that down. You want it in small pieces. So it's just a little bit extra step, but you're going to still get the same thing. When we get this all together, it's going to be we're going to have a great smell. We're going to smell it on the frying pan as we're cooking these up. And then when we put it all together with the oil and the cashews and the salt, it's just a great little snack. So let's come back in a couple minutes. Once we get this roasted, we'll work on the skillet and start getting the fragrance happening. See you in a minute. Right. Next step here, we're going to actually get into the cooking part of it here. We're going to start off by roasting our cashews. 375 degrees. It says 8 to 10 minutes in the recipe. I've learned that these do not need more than 8 minutes. So after about 5-6 minutes, I kind of take a look and see. As long as you get a little bit of a golden brown on it, that's all you're looking for. You don't want to get them too dark. So we're going to throw these into the oven so they can start roasting. Can you set me a timer for 6 minutes? And then we're going to actually, we've got our lemon zest and our rosemary. We're going to split this up into 2 batches because I'm doing the raw ones that we're roasting, and then we have the other batch that already are roasted. So I'm going to do just half of this, and then I'll repeat it and do the other one. And we're going to taste test those to see which ones are actually better at the end. Just a little bit of it. So with this, you're just kind of getting that fragrant smell. So you got the oil hot, you got some olive oil, just a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I use 1 lemon, and I'm cutting it in half for this recipe. About 2 to 3 sprigs of rosemary. And you're just kind of, you can smell that lemon start to come up. You can smell the rosemary coming out. And that's all I'm looking for in this. A little bit more lemon. And that's all this is. We're going to set that aside. As soon as the cashews are ready out of the oven, we're going to put them right in here. We're going to mix it just to get them all nice and coated. We're going to put a little bit of kosher salt on it, and then we'll put the essential oils on it, and then they'll be done. They'll be ready to eat. So that's going to be it. So we'll be back in a few minutes when the cashews are ready. All right, we're back. Our cashews are done roasting. And they just have just a slight little brownness to them, just to change the color just a little bit. You don't want to change too much because they'll turn really dark really fast and they'll be burnt and they won't taste good. So these took about 7 minutes. So I always check them. I do them after about 6 minutes or so. I check them, and then I might leave them in for a little bit more. And we're just going to throw them in the mixture that we made with the... This is just our rosemary, lemon zest, and olive oil. And we're just going to coat them all nice and well here. Get a little bit of coating of everything all around them. We're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. This is going to be to taste. There we go. And we're not on the heat, so now we'll add the essential oils. Essential oils you never want to add to heat because it'll lose the therapeutic properties of the oil. So you usually add these after the heating process. We're going to do a couple drops of rosemary and a couple drops of lemon. And I usually just put it in the center, and then I'll just mix them together. The essential oils are very, very concentrated. They're going to kick up the actual rosemary and lemon zest that we have in there, and you're going to have a nice, really tasty snack for your party. There you go. Warm rosemary lemon cashews for your party. Enjoy.